Why do brilliant women with advanced degrees, impressive careers, and unshakable confidence still find themselves trapped in the same addictive cycles with men as everyone else? You'd think that kind of intelligence would be an armor, a shield against heartbreak and toxic dynamics. But here's the dark, uncomfortable truth. Your brain doesn't care about your IQ when it comes to raw desire, chemical attraction, and deep emotional craving. This isn't about being smart or naive. It's about biology and psychology colliding in a way that can hijack even the most powerful mind. And today, we are going to pull back the curtain and expose exactly why the smartest women aren't, in many cases, are the most vulnerable. Society has sold us a dangerous lie, that intelligence equals emotional immunity. We're conditioned to believe that strong, independent, educated women will naturally sidestep manipulative men, avoid destructive attachments, and see red flags from a mile away. But if you look around, reality tells a very different story. In fact, some of the most intelligent women I know have fallen the hardest. Why? Precisely because their intelligence gives them a false sense of control. They believe they should know better, that they should be able to manage their feelings. This very belief becomes a blind spot, making them oblivious to the subtle, addictive hooks that are being set deep into their psyche. Let's be brutally honest here. Your intellect cannot override your neurochemistry. When you meet a man who knows exactly how to trigger that intoxicating mix of excitement, uncertainty, and validation, your brain is flooded with a powerful cocktail of chemicals: dopamine, oxytocin, adrenaline. These are not choices. They are involuntary biological responses. The smarter a woman is, the more skilled she becomes at rationalizing these intense feelings. She tells herself it's a deep connection, a soulmate bond, or true love, when in reality, she's being chemically conditioned. Her brain is literally rewarding her for chasing an inconsistent and unpredictable source of pleasure. She's not falling in love, she's becoming addicted to the chase. Think about it. High-achieving women are driven by high standards in every other area of their lives. So, when a man enters the picture who challenges those standards, who is just slightly out of reach, or who refuses to give them the full validation they crave, their ego gets involved. Suddenly, it's not just about attraction anymore. It becomes a mission, a challenge to be conquered, a project to be perfected. It's a battle to prove she can win him over. This is the fertile ground where obsession takes root. The addiction isn't just to the man himself. It's to the struggle, to the validation that will come from finally conquering this one unconquerable thing. Ironically, the same drive and intelligence that make her a powerhouse in her career turn against her, fueling a destructive, addictive cycle in her personal life. Addiction also thrives on emotional storytelling, and women with high intelligence often have incredibly vivid and powerful imaginations. They are masters at creating intricate narratives. They don't just see the man for who he is right now. They see his potential. They build a story in their mind about the man he could be, the relationship this could become, projecting an idealized future onto a flawed reality. This fantasy creates an emotional bond that is far stronger and more compelling than the actual man deserves. Once that narrative is firmly in place, walking away when the relationship is clearly toxic and damaging feels like tearing out a part of her own soul. This isn't a sign of weakness. It's the result of a deep psychological attachment to a story she has written for herself. So, the million-dollar question is, if they're so smart, why don't they just leave? Because an addiction to a person functions exactly like an addiction to a substance. First, there's the euphoric high moments of intense passion, the feeling of being chosen, the thrilling validation, and then, inevitably, comes the crash, the gut-wrenching anxiety, the silence, the emotional withdrawal. Each time this cycle repeats, the craving for the next hit grows stronger, more desperate. A woman can know, on a purely logical level, that the relationship is destroying her self-esteem and peace of mind. But her body, her nervous system, still screams for that feeling, for that person. In this battle, knowledge is not power when emotion and chemistry have been weaponized against you. And let's not forget the immense pressure from society. Even the most powerful, successful women are bombarded with subtle and not-so-subtle messages. Don't end up alone. Don't be too demanding. Maybe you're being too cold. Don't push away a good thing. This cultural conditioning primes women to tolerate behaviors and situations in their romantic lives that they would never, ever accept in their professional lives. They start to internalize the blame, feeling a sense of shame that they can't fix the relationship or themselves. They fear the judgment of others if they admit their perfect life isn't so perfect. And so, the addiction continues to fester, hidden in plain sight, disguised as a complicated but normal relationship. So, here's the hard truth, the one we need to face. Smart women don't escape these addictive cycles by being smarter or by trying to logically outthink their feelings. They escape by finally accepting a radical idea that intelligence cannot control hormones, ego, or the power of fantasy. The path to freedom requires radical self-awareness, the implementation of non-negotiable boundaries, and the courage to start treating their love lives with the same clear-eyed, objective strategy they apply to their careers. It's about clarity, not chemistry. The real power isn't found in fighting your feelings, but in refusing to let those feelings rewrite your reality. So, why do smart women still get addicted to men? Because our biology, our egos, and our emotions don't check our resume. And until we, as women, understand that fundamental truth, addiction will continue to wear the very convincing, very beautiful mask of love. If this breakdown resonated with you, if it felt like someone was finally putting words to your experience, don't just watch and scroll on. Share this video. The more we expose the hidden mechanics of attraction and attachment, the more women we can empower to finally break free. Thank you so much for watching. If this content helps you, please consider subscribing for more. We have a lot more to uncover together.